Okay. We have figured it out. I see. This is why I
I
need to
have
be.
performance anxiety. I do. I am afraid to perform.
What is
Uh,
wrong with this guy?
I'm
How
scared
could this
right
be?
now. I've literally
Ah.
wet. I've literally wet myself.
You are now live on the interwebs, and it's scary out there, but somebody's got to do it. You know. Let's see. You're
I
live with
know.
Paul Richard, and I think we're in record mode now. Yes, we
We
are.
we
42
are. We're in
seconds.
record mode. We're doing this
Holy
thing.
moly! See, this is what I didn't want to cause this kind of issue when I
Holy
was
moly
starting
guacamole.
the real thing.
The
All right,
real
so
thing. It's the real cast by Paul
this
Richard.
afternoon we have the Clinton Ports Colorado Vistas team on with us, and he is so excited about what's going on in his business that he's here to share. So, Clinton, here, first question here is, what in the world is happening in the Denver market right now, in the
That's
real
a,
estate market? What's going on, man?
that is such a great question. What's
Yeah,
happening right now is that we have, I personally have some homes that are kind of sitting on the market. We're not having a lot of real estate showings. I will tell you that the amount of effort that you get out of your open houses is the amount of effort you put into your open houses. If you are an agent and you're looking to receive a lot of home buyers and things like that, you've got to do a whole lot more to be able to make that happen. And so, but effectually, things are moving rather slow. I'm talking about a snail's pace. Lots and lots of prayer goes into my listings and getting them on the market and getting them sold these days. A lot,
a
a
lot,
lot,
a lot.
a lot. Exactly, a lot of
So, have
prayer.
you seen, as far as your team is concerned, have you seen some changes since the interest rates began to drop, or has it been about the same? What's
You
your
know,
experience?
I was really, really hoping that things would really kick into gear, and
Yeah,
they haven't.
no.
Not really. I was watching a thing the other day, kind of a financial forecast of the way that they expect interest rates to go for things to go, and I was told that we're going to have this kind of mediocre 7.375. I'm sorry, 6.375, 6.5%, somewhere in there until the end of 2026. And that has me looking
Okay.
forward to that as much as I do my next proctological appointment. You know?
Yeah,
Snap.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
I get that. I get that. Well, with that in mind, what things are you having to change to actually get some activity? You talked about open houses.
Well, I'm wearing
Are you
a
doing more
chicken
of
suit
those?
with a big arrow that I spin around. You know,
Come on
flip it
over.
around.
Yeah,
Buy my home. Buy my
uh,
home.
kind of
Um,
the Chick-fil-A method of doing
yeah.
things like that.
Well,
Yeah,
it's I don't know about the Chicken Shack method,
Chicken
but
Shack. Yeah.
yeah, not quite the Chick-fil-A method. You know, there's there I think that there's a lot more conversations that I'm having to have or needing to have with my database of people that have already bought and sold homes too. I had a listing appointment last week with one of my past clients, as a matter of fact, that I helped him buy a home in like 2011, I think, or 2012.
Wow. Yeah.
And he's just now
It's been a
deciding
while.
to sell his place. It's interestingly enough, so that he can become a border agent. Yeah.
He wants that $50,000 bonus, huh?
It's more. It's $85,000.
Is it now
Yeah,
85,000? Wow, I heard
I
about
was.
that.
This
It's
is a
stunning.
guy. It is. It's stunning. But this is a guy that was. He was somebody who was like a banker. It went from banking to loan processing to now applying for the uh, immigration customs enforcement, right?
Yep,
And
yep.
and proceeding down the path of becoming a border agent. Border agents, by the way, get a much better bonus of like $85,000.
Was it
So
Ice that gets 50? Maybe it was
ICE
Ice.
is
I saw get
50.
50.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
ICE is like 50, and so it's impressive.
yeah. Now, okay, so that guy's waited, if my math's right, like 13 or 14 years before he's selling. Are you seeing people that are staying in the market or staying in their homes longer
I am.
because of
Yeah.
things? But what do you think's happening there?
Well, I think so. We took an already interesting situation in Colorado and only compounded that. We had a situation about, well, like 2022. Let's just kind of rewind the tape back to 2022, and now we're now 3 years later. 2022, we had a lot of business. We had a lot of people buying homes. We had a fair amount of inventory at that point, and now, and you ended up in a situation that toward the end of 2022, where people were holding on to their homes because they were too afraid to put their home on the market and then not be able to buy a home. They were just afraid of them, getting in this situation where, oh gosh, well, what if we can't find another home to go to, and things like that. Now we have the situation where those people have decided not to list their homes,
Yeah,
and so there's not the inventory, and they've decided not to buy them either. So it's like you got
yeah,
plenty of inventory. If you just go ahead and list your home for sale, but there's not enough people that are buying homes. And I think that for Colorado, that part of what we're facing right now here, maybe unlike other areas, we have an affordability crisis going on. But it's an affordability crisis where it's interest rates, yes, okay, so that's definitely part of it. But I think it's also the fact that homes have since 2014, since the legalization of marijuana. Okay, so I'm going to go back to that. Okay,
yeah, yeah.
2014 legalization of marijuana, Colorado shot through the roof with a lot of people moving in, which caused a lot of home prices to escalate up like that as well. Where we're at today, because interest rates have climbed over the past couple of years, 2 or 3 years, from around that 4% range, 4.5%, to now 6.5%. It adds on to a typical mortgage about anywhere from 250 like up to $500 more per month,
Hmm.
which has caused that strain factor, that tightening, that economic tightening,
Right.
so that those homes that have escalated in value or appreciation, and they've done all this number, with the climb,
Yes.
they now become more and more unaffordable. So what we expected to happen was that we expected it to kind of do a little bit like this and just kind of flattening,
Correct. Yeah.
with home prices. So home prices keep going up. We expected to do like this. That hasn't happened, and it sucks.
So what
It just
happened?
sucks. Well, what's happened is that we haven't done this climb to a plateau. We've done this climb to a slower climb, and
Okay.
that's what it's
Okay.
doing. So we're still having homes sell, but we're just not having the large influx of people into Colorado quite as much. I think that part of that has to do with some of the national news, and Colorado has become less of a destination. Safety and security is definitely one of those factors that people are concerned with. There was a large revamp, remodel of downtown Denver that only, I think it was like maybe 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, they only opened up a main stretch of downtown Denver where there's a lot of kind of a visitor influx on this street called 16th Street. It goes east to west in downtown Denver. They just reopened it. It's been closed, literally a large construction barricades and a lot of torn up street. And this was just a main thoroughfare, a main
My gosh.
large like visitation street in downtown Denver that had been completely closed off for the past couple of years. Well, that has recently opened about, like I said, about 2.5 weeks ago, and you are finding that stores are closed and that people aren't necessarily coming out. there's some people that are coming out, but I don't think that they're coming out in droves. And I think that part of that driver is that there are people who just don't necessarily feel safe in the downtown area as much. That's a consideration, and the homelessness and the illegals, the migrants, and all that go into to that. And it's essentially, Denver is a sanctuary city.
Yeah.
And even though
Yeah.
we took on, I think, 30 to 40,000 immigrants or illegals that were bused here from Texas and places like that, that even though that's not a huge amount, it has been enough national media for it to I think in a lot of ways stigmatize the area, unfortunately. And
Sure.
so
Sure.
it's not becoming necessarily the destination. I think prices, with them being as high as they are, you have to have that ability to be able to afford the life and lifestyle of living here just to be able to get out and actually go to the mountains
Yeah.
and do
Yeah.
the fun things you want to do
Wow.
here. So that's our challenges.
Now, have you seen like okay, so in my area of the world in Southwest Missouri, we experienced in 2022 primarily a 30% rise in overall prices. Did you guys experience that same thing during the COVID era?
We did, but it wasn't quite as much as we did in like 2014.
Okay. Okay.
14 through 2016 were some really awesome years where things were just flying off the market, and we had, you you would be up against 15 other offers in that
Sure. Sure.
situation. So we had a large building boom that took place that I think that, I mean, during COVID, we did have that. And I think that was one of the reasons why, is because people realized that they could office from home as opposed to going into the office and do all this remote work during COVID that we all learned to do. And I think that's what gave us the bump that we did in 2021, really 2021, 2022. And then a lot of things have happened since then that have caused that to really slack off.
Hmm. Yeah, that's now would you say I used this word and I hadn't used it in a long time the other day and I said I think it's more right now we're experiencing, at least in our area, what I would call a correction from the COVID time period. And are you experiencing in Denver a, with days on market going up, are you seeing sellers willing to drop prices
To
or
a certain
no?
extent, I mean, I've got two people. So I'm supposed to have a closing on the 15th. I'm still working out some details on that one, but supposed to have a closing on the 15th of October. These people are, I mean, they, I mean, literally down to the wire with the amount that they've paid and
Yeah.
how much that they owe and what we're selling the property for. It's been very difficult. It's been one of the most difficult transactions. Um, just because it's gone under contract a couple times. I've been waiting for this to close for like 3 months, and so they just don't have any more any more give to make their home more marketable. They've it's no longer any fat. It's
Yeah.
literally selling it for what they pay for it or less. I had a couple people like 2 or 3 months ago that had bought a home last year, and that was still pretty high for them. They sold it this year and took about a $15,000 loss. And so we're experiencing some of that, which again, I think is part of the reason why people are a little more hesitant to put their homes on the market. They're just afraid of where they're at, what they've maybe leveraged credit or they're with refinances or whatnot, where they've leveraged some of that equity to how much they can actually get for their home. And it's also the factor that even some of the I think really well priced homes are still sitting on the market for a lot longer. Our market time is closer to like 60 days on market. And so even though I'm doing advertising in 3 different multiple listing services, over 15,000 websites, um, and so it's getting the attention, all professional photos, professional staging, things like that. It's still, we're just not seeing the turn of people buying and selling homes in a really fast manner right now. Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, and so have you seen any board statistics showing like the change in volume this year versus
Yeah, so
last year? Have you seen anything?
um, we did get some stats. So I did. Let me look this up because I got some stats. So August stats on for like right now. Um, Let me go to that really quick. So it's currently 3.6 months of supply is what they look at for the entire multiple listing service in the Denver area. Um, Definitely more listings, more new listings than those that have closed. And our median price point right here in the Denver area is $589,000. So we're right at 590 for a median price. It's that affordability factor. Some of these homes just 3 years ago were priced around $300,000. So we gained close to what 75 to 80,000 in equity in just a few years. So it's really great if you can find the buyers to buy those properties. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
and I think that whenever I ran some stats pretty just this what was it, Friday, I think, some home stats, and at least on Friday there were roughly 23,000 homes on the market in our main Denver multiple listing service. Of that, about 14,000 were in just the 7 counties surrounding Denver.
Hmm.
So, which is really, really high for this time of year. That's a lot of homes
Yeah,
to have to go through.
yeah. I agree. Yeah, we're back to pre-COVID in our market. We're back to pre-COVID um, levels of inventory, and of course it varies by price range somewhat, as everything does. Yet at the same time, these are habitable properties that not just land or anything. And we're, let's see, I think I'm just going to type in my code here and it just asked me for a code. Let's get you an updated number from today. The other day it was sitting right below 5,000 for us, which
Five, which seems like a lot for you guys, right?
um it is, and part of that is because we're um it's actually just it's 5,078 properties right now. And although our area or our board covers, I should say our MLS covers 7 boards, which includes ones up just in south of Kansas City and then all the way over to somewhat into the Panhandle area over there. And some people, they agents will do a dual listing, that type of thing. But yeah, it is a lot. It is a lot. I mean, we were down to 1,200 during COVID, and now we're at 5,000 again, which was kind of normal. And then our condo market here, currently, let's see, if I were to look at our total condo market, it's at 623 listings.
Okay. That seems low?
Now,
No.
well, actually, um, if I just do the Branson nightly rental market area, it's just shy of 600. It's 597. During COVID, it was 40 on the market, and they were rolling every month. Okay, so literally they were just rolling every month, and there was 40. So we're over 10, was that 15 times the inventory in that now.
Mm-hmm.
And during the since COVID, they built another. I don't know what the exact number is. It's probably a couple of hundred units. So we're sitting at about 8,000 condo units in our area, that are nightly rental available, that type of thing. And so, yeah, it's just people are trying to get out of some of them because, the revenue's not as high as it was during COVID when you didn't have any choice but to stay in the US and kind of find a place you could drive to if possible. and that's the way our market is shifted, and that type of thing. So there's a lot more downward pressure. So now you can get like a one bedroom. You can get a one bedroom under like 115 or 120,000, during COVID, and now you can get them for under 70
Oh, no
thousand.
kidding.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you've
Yep.
actually watched it come up and then down.
Yeah, and it's odd
Hmm.
because of in Missouri, we're kind of, it's always been 3% a year up, or maybe 3% down if it's a tough economy,
Right. Uh-huh.
so we're used to just small little upticks and downticks
Hmm.
throughout the years. And then this has just caused us a major change just in our tourism area because of the way the tourism market shifted so dramatically. And I know a lot of it
What do you
shifted
think
over.
that's from, though? I mean, what do you think for you guys that's causing, or where is it coming from? I mean, okay, so Branson is a total summertime vacation, like a destination area. Where do you see the the typical person that wants to purchase in Branson? Who is this what's the demographic? Who's this person that's wanting to do this?
It's generally somebody that has visited Branson 2 years, that statistically, like 2 years in a row, and had at least four visits to Branson. A lot of times it's twice a year type thing. And then they go, we really love this. We got the kids. We take them to the lake and they swim, and we can go to Silver Dollar City and have them go to the amusement park and have a great time and do all the indoor water park or whatever. And we love this. It's great family times, built great memories. So they end up buying down here, and then
Mm-hmm.
sometimes the other factor is that people go, man, I'd like to earn some money, having a vacation rental. And, Florida's similar in a lot of ways to that, and say, okay, I want to put, and probably up in, in a different way, up at the ski resorts, you have the similar thing happening in the winter, right? So people want to go up there and rent and go skiing and enjoy the winter activities, right? So, of course, much higher prices than those, but so and that's what happens. And then okay, so then we suddenly built a bunch because during COVID, again, people were like, "What can I do? All I can do is get in the car and drive somewhere. I can't really go out of. I can't go on a cruise. I can't go out. I don't want to fly anywhere because I don't wear a mask. I don't want to, do all this stuff. I don't
Yeah.
want to get a shot." and and so it kind of forced people to just pick a drivable location, and
Mm-hmm.
so we're drivable to about uh, two-thirds of the U.S. In a lot of ways, and so um, they come in here, and then now there's choices, of course, with cruises and all inclusives, and that people are doing. Cruises just shot through the roof as far as the last year and a half of people going on cruises. It's been amazing. They're launching new, larger ships and all that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
You've
that
done
would be
that.
me. Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be you. That'd be
I
you.
think
So
I think I've done three I think since 2022. You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
yeah,
So and
four.
I just
That's
got
four.
introduced to a cruise planner guy in one of my groups, and so we're now going to be doing that. So that really answers the question of why. So we built for, and think about this. We were building, I would say 5 to 12 bedroom chalets or
Yeah.
large condo type, almost,
Hmm.
I guess I would call them more cabins. They were cabins, and so you'd have pool rooms and billiard rooms, like I say, and fun places in there, and a bar with a view of the lake and all that, and three
Hmm.
decks, three level decks, that type of thing. And so those were selling for 750,000, like the 7 bedroom and or 5 bedroom, and then now they're doing, because it's the demand has dropped so much, but back then they make 250 to 300,000 a year in
And
income.
rentals. Yeah.
Yeah, rental income.
So
And
similar to
now,
like Pigeon Forge and
yep,
Sevierville, Tennessee, they were doing the same thing, and you could pick up one of those things that would be 12 to 15 rooms for about $1,250,000
yep, yep.
in there. So yeah, I understand exactly what you're talking about.
And now we're having to go to fractional ownership because the
Oh, no kidding.
prices have gone up, right, to, 1.2, 1.9, 2 million. They're trying to ask for them. They're going, hey, let's just split it between five of you, and you only have to pay, 450 or 350 a
Right.
person, and own it that way. I don't know that that's really taking off that much because there's not that much revenue to split anymore. And so it's kind of that whole thing has come down. And these have beautiful, clubhouses and
Yeah.
with indoor pools and
Right.
all kinds of fun things for the kids to do
Mm-hmm.
and adults. But not everybody's coming now. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But
I don't see a reason why that people wouldn't be coming to Branson. To me, it seems like there's a lot of appeal.
yeah, yeah.
Outside of them finding out that there's maybe piranhas or gigantic snakes eating people in the lake, which hasn't happened.
No, no,
That's not
we
happened.
do have tarantulas mating right now in the area, so there's a
Do
lot
you
of
really?
tarantulas. Yeah,
No kidding.
not kidding, not kidding. Yeah,
You knew a few weeks ago I was in New Mexico and I went to
yeah,
Roswell.
that's right. Your mom's, yeah,
Yeah, well,
or
actually,
with
this
your
was with
mom.
my daughter. This was
Oh,
with
your
my
daughter.
daughter, but man, I've never seen so many tarantulas crossing the road. It's this whole
Yeah,
mating season.
uh-huh.
It's the monsoon season in eastern New Mexico, as well as tarantulas, and these things, they're like that
Yeah, they're
big,
they're big. Yep, yep.
crawling across the road,
We got
just
them.
doing their thing.
We got them. Yep.
Wow.
And so that's what's going on. And so I hear from my pest control guys all the
Uh
time,
huh.
say they're not, just let them go, don't worry about it. They're not going to hurt anybody.
I didn't
Um,
think that Missouri had. I mean, that Branson had tarantulas.
oh, we have scorpions, we have tarantulas, we have a lot of poisonous snakes around here. We have, of course,
Man,
we have lake, what were they called? They're oh, I'll think of it in a minute. But yeah, we have a lot of armadillos down
armadillos.
here. Yep,
Who knew?
and that type of thing. Yeah, it's similar. It feels like, with all those types of animals, it feels like you're in, like you say, in New Mexico or something in the
Or
desert. But
Texas,
yeah, yeah.
parts
But
of Texas.
exactly, a lot of
Hmm.
possums, a lot of stuff like that. But in fact, every night on my cameras at the office, my security cameras, I'll see red foxes, possums, um, and raccoons, and
We
they're
have
all
raccoons here. Yeah.
traveling. Of course, raccoons are pretty much national, but you'll see them going by, and my camera will go ding ding, and I'm like, okay, wonder what's going on. And sure enough,
Yeah.
there's either deer. We had a group of 7 deer walking through the other night, but
Yeah.
um, yeah.
We've been
But
seeing more
anyway,
moose here, which
you see moose there?
more moose. Yeah, there's been a lot
Huh.
more moose sightings. I mean, typically we have mule deer, which is larger, of course, than the whitetail, but we'll have those, or we'll have elk, and so we've got a sizable amount of elk. But there have been a lot more sightings of moose, which is really interesting.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
and they're
Well,
basically horses with antlers.
their horse exactly.
Yeah, so huge. They are big
Well, yeah, it's
and
I
not
heard it,
happy.
isn't it archery season? Well, at least in Missouri it's archery season right
Yeah,
now. So you
yeah, I think
can
it's
you
archery
can
season right now.
to get that stuff going.
I don't
And
know how to shoot a moose with a bow and arrow. I mean, maybe,
I don't know. I
maybe.
don't know. It may be possible if you get a good
I've
shot in the heart, but
never done that. Never heard of anyone doing that. So maybe. I don't
I
know.
just got an invite to go pheasant hunting again, so we're gonna do that. But
Man, see, that's what I mean. That's the downfall of our society when when you have a whole season devoted to hunting peasants.
yeah, those pheasants are really,
The
really, really
Yeah,
I don't know.
peasants. We're talking about like, the
Exactly.
serfs and the nobles and the
Thins
peasants, right?
it thins out the population, right? So
Thins out the peasant hunting. You people in Missouri do something weird
where's
compared to what we
weird? We
do here
do
in Colorado.
the
We
pheasants.
don't
You
have
have to
peasant
enunciate
hunting.
them properly.
Oh, I see. Yeah, the
So let me ask you
quail
something.
birds.
Let me ask
Yes.
you something back on topic.
Yeah.
So in your business, what is how has your marketing changed here this year or maybe in the last 24 months? I mean, knowing that the
Yeah.
market has been tougher. So what do you are you going back to basics? Are you spending
So
more
some
money
of
on
it's
things? What are you doing, man? What are you doing?
yeah, no, I think that some of it's more back to basics. But there's also been a lot more. I've also been doing a lot more short form video and just putting it out there. There's a couple ways to look at this when you're thinking about getting back to basics. So when you say back to basics, what comes to mind is okay. Let me reach out to those people I've already had a relationship with. In fact, right before you called, I've been updating my entire database.
Yeah.
I've got it on a spreadsheet here, and so I'm going through. I'm looking at literally everything I've ever had a closing on, and so I'm going through 546 different clients. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
is what I'm going through, and I'm updating their data and the phone numbers and email addresses, locations. Some of them have moved, and they're keeping the home that I helped them buy as a rental. So I'm going through things like that. Now, with that being the case, that is supplemented by what we put on our phones. So our phones become our recording studio. They become everything to
Yeah.
us about staying in touch with those people. It's literally just me recording a video of, "Hey, it's Clinton. Hope you're doing well. Let me know if I can help out," or "Hey, I saw this pretty funny thing and you should check it out." That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I find myself doing a lot more like short form video that I'm posting out to social media and different sites like Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. I'm trying to keep it so that the Facebook stuff is more general, or it's funny or humorous, or maybe something a little bit of something about real estate. But it's just a matter of staying in touch with those people that already know me, they already like me, they already trust me. Not
Hmm.
so much those kind of a cold people. Um, I want to increase that, and so in part of this database project that I've got going on right now, it's to get into more postcards because I know that you're awesome about postcards. So
Right.
it's more postcards out to those people so that they receive something in the mail from me, and it's more on a consistent basis. But it's providing money toward that investment that goes into that. It's also putting more email out, and then probably some text messages here and there. Texting, I always get a little nervous about, even though these are my past clients. I've got a relationship with them
Yeah.
and all of that.
Yep.
I always get a little bit nervous about it because I don't want them to opt out of receiving a text message from me. So I want to be very careful about information I might text them. I prefer to do that over social media and maybe even create a targeted audience so that whatever that post is, maybe it's for example, we have the home and garden show that's coming up here in Castle Rock. I think it's next weekend or the weekend after that. That's something that's important as a homeowner to be able to go to a show like that and meet up with a lot of different vendors, especially if you bought a home or you're considering remodeling a home, things like that. So information about events like that, or maybe the event, the opening up of downtown Denver and this whole tourist area, things like that. I want to be a go-to source for that information, but I don't want that to be just everything that's out there. I just want to remind them in a I guess a not so in your face. Hey, I sell homes. Me,
Help me, help
I
me.
want you to call me. I want you to call me. But I mean, not from that point of desperation. I'd rather just say, this is what's going on. This is what I'm up to. I'm 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 about to get my sprinklers blown out. I don't know. Do you guys blow
Sure.
out your sprinklers there in Branson?
What's that?
do you guys blow out your sprinklers there? Do you have somebody come along with an air
Yes,
compressor and blows them out?
yeah, we do because we do have freezing temps.
Yeah.
It's not often.
Mm-hmm.
Gets below that the ground level like that, or down to the freezing
Well,
the ground. But we
it's
do. Yep.
it's a good
Well,
video to put out to
yep.
say that, hey, it's this is something that's going on, and you just need to be cognizant of your whole irrigation lines, that you want to get them blown out. You don't want a situation that something blows when you go to turn it on next spring and there's water shooting up all over the side of the
All
home,
over
that
the
kind of
lawn
thing.
and
Yeah,
other
take
places.
your
Yep.
hoses off the hose bib, things like that. It's just little reminders of, hey, this is what's happening. This is, just check it out. I'm being your helpful agent. So I want to provide those little bitty touches, and then also I've got to do a more. I was sort of coaching this morning, so this is fresh on my mind. I've got to stick to the commitment, the committed decision to post videos about the geography. And
Oh,
you and I have talked about this a
yep.
lot,
Yep.
about our geography and how that people need to understand a little bit about what's life is like here. And
Yeah.
so I need to
Yep.
be more purposeful about that. So yeah, and that's going to be more to the rest of the world. I still see those agents who have done a very purposeful job about giving some good, relevant information about an area, that they're not having a lack of phone calls. Hey,
Right.
can you show me this home? Hey, I'm
Yep.
looking at this area. And so it's got to be part of the business plan. So I think that at least on those two levels, the database and focusing on that, and then video and getting that out about my geography, that's got to be what I spend the balance of this year doing. And I need to double down. I'm also held my first open house in a couple years. I'm going to be doing
When
it
did that happen?
again. It happened the weekend before last. Weekend before last, and I feel like that I did a pretty shoddy job of advertising it, and still had about 4 different parties through, which I didn't think was too bad. There's been a lot of agents. I'm part of the top producer panel on Facebook groups and things,
Yeah. Yeah.
and a lot of people are holding open houses and not having a single person walk through the front door. So
Yeah. Yep.
yeah, so I think having that happen. So this coming Saturday will be a big one for about 3 hours, and my intent is to blow it out of the water. So
What are you doing to market it? How are you advertising?
so there'll be an advertisement that gets out today about this weekend's open house, and it'll be something I put on Facebook. I also want to put it on Nextdoor, and also put it on Craigslist, so that people understand there's this mega open house that we're doing. And I got this whole open house structure from Joshua Smith of GSD. He's in Phoenix, Arizona. It's a little bit of his system. I say a little bit. There's more to his system than what I'm doing. But putting out about 30 or 40 real estate open house directional signs on the day of, doing a lot of preemptive advertising each and every day until that actual date. And I'll be getting an email out to my database to say, hey, come and see me. This is a really great home, and
Sure.
come and see me. It'll be an event. I'm going to have cookies and water for you guys, and check out this awesome home. So, and then I'll have it also in all the multiple listing services. I've got 3 multiple listing services that I put my homes in, that I want them to be able to really, really see that. So,
Okay.
yeah. How about
So,
yourself? What are you doing that's different for yourself? What are your fourth
well,
quarter?
uh, real estate is not much. I'm not doing much in that realm. I'm really focusing on uh, the personal virtual assistant business. And what I'm working on right now is presenting it in a way that shows ROI. And I wasn't really doing it this way before. For example, I used some chat GPT and some research last week. I did another presentation in front of a group, and I said, okay, well, most of us, or at least probably all of us, are not following up 3 times a month with our database, right? Just
Right.
not doing it. Just there's just
No.
we're just not doing it.
No.
And so I said, well, I was looking up some statistics. I knew some of the statistics from the Millionaire Real Estate Agent, but I wanted some other data
Mm-hmm.
out in the real world and some practical data. So I researched that, and basically it showed that you can gain 10 to 30% business from that database if you do touch them 36 times a year.
Yep.
You None of us can, if let's say if you have, most of us have at least 200 to 500 at least, that would be considered people that we'd want to do that follow up with. And it's not humanly possible for you to do it on your own. It's just not,
Right.
not with
No.
so if you did
Not at a high level.
hire, well, or consistently, either way
Mm-hmm.
you want to look at, yeah.
Right.
Um, and so, yes, you can set some automated things, but it always takes management and it takes consistency, and some of it is social media interactions that takes your time, etc. You can do the postcard mailing and you can do like an email campaign, but that third touch needs to be, most of the time, involves some management and some of your time.
Right.
So if
Mm-hmm.
you took a
Making the
VA, put
calls
them,
yourself or
yeah, even just, doing a birthday wish to somebody when it's their birthday on Facebook,
right.
you do that yourself, and you need to take some time to do it, and you have to remember to do it. It has to be in your
Yeah.
schedule. You don't want to
Mm-hmm.
miss it. It's got to be done timely
Yep.
manner, all those things. So what if you took and had a VA do that for you, and you're basically in the Sphere Rocket realm, you're paying, for one, you'd be paying $1,200 a month full time, and
Yeah.
you set that
That's
up and
huge.
you just rolled it, right, and
Right.
just let it go. And now your business, now our average price, or either if you look at profit or revenue per
Mm-hmm.
transaction, depends on what business you're in. If you're HVAC contractor, it'd probably be lower, but you got a lot more of them and that type of thing, because people always need a HVAC fix or whatever. But if you're a
Yeah.
realtor, there's going to be fewer far between, but bigger payouts for each one, right? So the amount of money coming in from commissions going to be higher. But either way, you can take the numbers, take that 10 to 30%, multiply that by the number of people in your database, and suddenly you have these big numbers coming out, and you're like, this is the easiest way to get business. Why are we not all doing that? Okay. I mean, why are we not all doing that? Well,
Well,
there's a lot of reasons, but go
yeah, I was
ahead.
gonna say, and when you're talking about 1,200, I was just running some math. When you're talking about 1,200 a month, I mean, here in Colorado, you're going to be spending about $65,000 a year for that person,
Yeah.
and so for
Yeah.
$1,200 a month, you're saving $4,200.
Yes.
That
Yep.
and still
Per
getting that
month.
full time person. So I think that's huge, especially when things are so much more so much tighter. So
Well, and what's the things that hold you back? Number one, systems. I
hmm
don't have a 36 touch system that I want to use. Okay. My database is a mess, right? I'd have to fix that and
I'm in the
do all that.
process
So,
right now.
right.
I
Okay.
got Excel up right now. Yeah.
Yeah. So and what if you had a VA say, hey, go through all these people, and you
Uh huh.
don't know them, but yeah, I need to at least update, make sure, do they still live where they say, where I sold them a house 7 years ago? Do they still live there? All those things, right? And that take tremendous amount of your time. And talk about busy, boring, repetitive work. That is that. And you and I, and a lot of us as salespeople and business owners, that is just grinding, and that just grinds us, and we'll avoid that like the plague,
Right.
uh basically. So why not
Mm-hmm.
put somebody on there that'll do it and take care of business for us? So that's where I'm headed. And um we just pulled another 500 group database together, and now I've got to get my button gear and get another postcard designed for this next go round, and that, and
Man.
so or at least work on the way I want it to be. I'm not actually doing the design, but I'm obviously have to approve it and put the messages in there. I want to have the right messaging. So that's where I'm at.
And you're
Um,
seeing that return on investment on the postcard side?
well, that, actually, in this group, this will be the first go round with the networking group to get the
Mm.
postcards out.
Hmm. Right.
I had signed up for the postcards to have them printed, but I have not done my um, design and stuff like that. So I'm just catching my tail finally to do that. And then I was trying to do the design myself, and then I'm like, why am I doing this? I'm just not getting it done.
Yeah.
So I hired this go round. I was at Postcard Mania 2 weeks ago, and I hired them to do that and create a landing site for that as well. And I also, I think I just sent it to you. Didn't I text you my invite to the podcast?
Um,
Did I text you that? I was trying to think if I did.
Text me. I mean, I got the email, but I don't think I got a
Let
text
me see if
message.
yeah, let me see. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yep, I just text you. See that sheet I text you?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I spent about 6 hours
That's
last week putting that thing
everything.
together. Yep, yep.
Gotcha.
So that is my invite to be. It's a handout and or text to have people join me on my podcast. And
Hmm.
so I'm very thankful that you're getting me through the first one here, just to
I don't think
try
I
it.
would do it personally. I'm sorry.
Why is
I'm busy at
that?
that time. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. It's set up with a
Sorry.
Calendly.
I would say yes, and I would be delighted to do your podcast, but I'm probably busy. Yeah.
Well, and it's like I'm actually advertising your business, so it's
Are you
like most
advertising
people
my
are like,
business? Oh
"That's
man.
what we're doing. That's what we're doing." So it's like, how do we do this? And
Let me help you buy a home.
yeah, let me help you do
Let me
this.
help
So
you buy. Come on. Come on. Move to Colorado. What are you doing in Branson? Come up. Come up. Come on. Come on.
well, think about this from the standpoint of, if I help you promote your business,
Hmm.
you might return the favor someday, and that's what I'm hoping for too.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a win-win.
You were my go-to. You were my only in the whole Branson and Springfield area.
Or yeah,
So,
or even in the VA space, if you knew somebody
oh,
that needed a
well,
VA, that'd be too.
yeah, no, absolutely. That's something that I think that I need to spend some time and attention on is like business to business relationships as well,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
being able to pass those referrals off to you because it's not you're in a situation where you're operating with these other people who are not maybe here in America, and you're able to help anyone in America be able to get connected to those people. So
exactly.
essentially, what you are is you really are a headhunter for being able to find somebody who fits the economy of an American business owner.
Right. That's right.
That's what you're
That's
doing.
exactly right.
Hmm.
You got it.
Yeah.
You got it, man.
Fabulous
So
job, man.
that's what we're up to. So, and remember, I pay $1,000 referral fee, which is awesome for you if
I'd
you
like that.
do that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I,
I'd like
more
to
money
send
because
you
you can't do that.
10
We can't
people a
do
month.
that. Can you? Is Colorado a non? Well, I was going to say non-disclosure. We're non-disclosure state, and also you cannot promote your business through some type of offer to pay for a referral, that type of thing.
Well, it's not real
You know.
estate related, so it doesn't violate
No,
anything
that's
on that
right. But I'm
level,
saying
but
in the real estate world, we can't do that. You can't pay to
not
play.
yeah, not in the real estate space, not necessarily, but I don't know of anything that says that you can't send me $1,000. So,
Yeah, I'll
yeah.
incentivize you
And
to get me a
Christmas is coming
VA.
up, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
So, this is really really
Bills are
good.
due. Bills are due. Yes,
Bills
they
are due.
do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So,
all right, bro. Well, man, this has been great. I appreciate
yeah.
it. Thanks for being the first visitor to the Leverage podcast.
Ooh,
here
the
on this,
Leverage podcast.
the
I love
Leveraged
it.
podcast.
I
Yes.
love it.
I
Wow.
got that bought on GoDaddy this morning, actually. I
Did you
wasn't even
really?
sure it was available. Yeah, oh, yeah. I wasn't even sure it was available.
I did
Now I own like 38 URLs on
on GoDaddy.
GoDaddy.
It's like you get these constant renewal notices. Oh
Well,
man.
I think I go, I wonder if this would work, and I try this, and then I only buy 1 year, and then I go, let's let that go on. I'll try a different
Yeah.
one, but I keep trustpaul.com and the good ones stay for the next year, so we'll see.
I just registered one, so I've been
What's that?
thinking, still kicking around the idea of having a an accountability service. Is really what it is. It's an accountability service. So I did register the domain name myfeettothefire.com.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, you did
And
text
I
me
sent
that.
it to you. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, you
In
did.
fact, we
Yeah.
haven't. That'll be another topic of conversation about that.
Yeah,
Maybe setting up that business structure as well. So,
that'd be interesting. I'd be
but
very interested.
accountability service.
Yeah,
We could all use a little bit of accountability in our lives.
we could.
You
We
know,
could.
did you tell your wife you love her? Did you tell her today? Today's her birthday. Go buy her flowers.
Yeah. Don't forget.
Don't
Do
forget.
not forget.
Don't do that. Don't do that. No. Good stuff. All right. Well, it's good to chat with you. This has been fun.
Yeah, it has been. Thank you. Thank you for doing it. I'll send you a copy or whatever I need to do. I'm gonna. Oh, by
Yeah.
the way, again,
hmm
let me know what happens after this, because when I close the session, it probably will give you a prompt to wait while it uploads. Let's see how long it takes to upload. We got a
Well,
52 minute.
it's actually, it says 99% uploading right now. So
Oh, it
it's
does?
on Riverside. It's very good about that. So
Okay,
yeah,
let's see what
good
happens, because
platform.
I was told that if you close it out before it completes, then it loses the whole thing. But let's see what happens.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. All right.
All right. Take
Well,
care, bro. I
thank
appreciate
you.
you,
You
man.
too.
We'll talk
Talk
soon.
to you later. All right.
Bye.
Bye.